Hi everyone, this is how I prepared for NaNoWriMo 2017, which is currently happening right now, so you might be wondering why I didn't upload this like a week ago, or a month ago even, and that's because this is really not a guide for how to prepare. This is, and if anything, what you shouldn't do. So, let's begin. Step number 1, leave everything to the last minute and panic.
Yeah, start plot.
Then you realize that you left it to the last minute, but not to the last minute. So, step number 2, procrastinate to calm yourself down. Step number 3, sign up to NaNoWriMo or reactivate your account in my case because you signed up years ago and just haven't used it because you've just been avoiding doing NaNoWriMo for years. Step number 4, take a well-deserved break. You deserve it. You take some to calm down, relax, all of that stress. Step 5, set goals for NaNoWriMo. You want to write a book, you want to write 50,000 words, but why are you doing this? Yeah, why are you doing this? Maybe you should stop. Stop? You know, try again next year when you have more time. More time would be so great, wouldn't it? I mean, yeah, I could do so much more preparing. Like, just have a solid base to start from. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, it really does. Good thing I don't care. What? In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in. Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on? That's weird. I'm doing NaNoWriMo to have fun. I haven't really written that much stuff. I've written maybe like 5 pages is the longest thing I've ever done. It had 1 line of dialogue in it because I don't like dialogue. Dialogue scares me. And it was really mostly description, you know what I mean? Like, mostly description was happening there. I really like describing things. So yeah, that's the most I've done. I've written some other things before that, but when I say that, I mean like, I wrote that 5 pages like 2 years ago, and then those some other things happened like a few years before that. I don't write consistently. I enjoyed those times that I wrote, but like, a novel is different. A novel is developing characters and setting and storyline and dialogue. So much dialogue. Which I'm actually excited for and I want to enjoy because I've always imagined that I would write a book. I've always imagined that I would publish a book. I love reading. Maybe I would be able to make a book that I would love and enjoy making, and I would like to find out if I would actually enjoy it. Like, I want to publish a book maybe. Would I enjoy doing that? Like, is that actually like maybe a possibility? So that's what I'm going to do this month. That goal is going to help me to let go of all the things that I don't need and take in what I do need. I need some structure, I need some help. There's so much writing advice and I need some of that to get started and to help me along the way, but I can't be perfect, I can't take everything in, I can't completely edit everything that I'm writing as I'm doing it. I need to just remember to have fun. I'm here to enjoy this. I'm here to enjoy this experience or to see if I enjoy it. And I need to focus on that, let go of everything else. I'm definitely someone who like wants things to be perfect and wants to edit things as I'm going, and I need to like do a little bit of that, but not too much. Fun. Fun is what I'm looking for. Step number 6 is research, the thing I could have used like a nice 2 weeks to do, maybe even a month, but here we are. The first thing that I want to research is plot. I found something called a story circle or a plot embryo through a YouTuber named Rachel Stevens, who has so many writing videos. I will link her below because they were super helpful. She does something called Preptober, in which she prepares for NaNoWriMo in October. Sounds smart, I should have done that. But yeah, super helpful, lots of writing videos. She talks about the plot embryo, so I will link her channel and also those specific videos below. The plot embryo is a story structure thing that was created by Dan Harmon, and it was adapted from The Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell. I have notes. This is the hero's plot embryo, and this is the villain's plot embryo. I'm going to write a plot embryo for each of those characters, and probably more characters, but not yet. Like, let's start with this. So the way that it works is it's a circle, it's divided into 8 segments, and those 8 segments represent the different parts of your story. I really like this. I'm not going to explain how it works. I will link those videos. It's like they do a better job than I will be able to, but I really like that everything is divided nicely and like it makes sense, and I feel like it could apply to my story and any story really. But I also really like that the circle is divided into halves 2 ways. So it's not just the 8 segments that sort of represent my story, but also the top half and all the segments that are in that part represent like order and familiar and comfortable, and the bottom half represents chaos and like unfamiliar. So you start your story with familiar, you go into unfamiliar, and you go back to familiar. So that represents an external change, and I needed to think, obviously, for my story, what's my external change going to be? Is it going to be a different world? Is it going to be a character moving into a different place? Is it going to be like a new relationship? So what's the big external change going to be for my story? And then also vertically, on the right side of the circle is the ignorance or the dishonesty, and on the left side of the circle is the honesty. And so the character goes from being dishonest with themselves or not knowing the truth to being truthful with themselves or knowing the truth or facing the truth or whatever it is. So that's an internal change. So what's the big internal change going to be for my story? So I really like that, and I think it's going to be really helpful for writing my story, hopefully. Then on to character charts. I'm not actually going to use character charts. I have a character chart, which I'll link below. And I'm going to use it as I go along, but I don't have that information yet. I'm hopefully going to like figure it out as I write. So for now, I wanted to know the characters' names. I used behind the name to sort of like find meanings of different names. I want there to be meaning behind characters' names, but I don't want it to be like, this character's name means this, and that meaning is like who the character is, and you know? So I don't want it to be obvious and like straightforward, but I want it to mean something. So I have the names, and also I have a family chart, sort of like a mind map family chart thing, which I don't think you can see, but it's at the bottom here, and it's all the characters in my story, how they're related to each other because there's a central family, and also how they're connected to like the other characters, so I know who knows each person, I know how they're connected, and I can have all my characters here for me to see them. And finally, the setting. Similarly with my setting, I don't really have that information yet, but I do have a sort of setting chart. I don't think it's called a chart, but I have a setting thing where I have all the information that I will add to as I write. I will link that as well, the article things that I used. And yeah, I have, again, a setting chart sort of thing. So it's at the top. You also probably can't see it. It just has the different worlds that are in my story and places within that world that I want my characters to go to. I know the vibes of the different places and sort of like I have an idea, but in terms of the details, like the culture, the world, the languages, the clothes, the weather, all of that stuff, I'm gonna figure that out and add it to my setting charts that I have. So yeah, this is what I have, and hopefully I will figure it out as I write. Step 7 is to start writing. I need to get into the habit. I really need to get into the habit. And I also want a beginning point and an end point, just like a rough idea of that, and I want to sort of write those 2 parts so that I know where I'm starting from and I know the direction that I'm heading. Step 8 is I can't do this by myself. This is NaNoWriMo. It's a month where everyone writes together, and if I want to properly participate in that, I need to share and I need to write with everyone else. So I'm going to make sure that I try and participate as much as I can in NaNoWriMo in the different events. I might even go to like an actual and real life thing. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. I'm also going to be, sharing stuff on this channel with you guys throughout the month. Hopefully in a timely fashion. We'll see how things go. In like the interim of that, like in between videos, I'm going to be posting on Instagram about what I'm writing, and if you want to add me as a buddy, definitely please do. I have no buddies at present point. So yeah, I'll leave my NaNoWriMo thing below. And also let me know in the comments what you're writing about if you're writing, if you have any tips, I could use them, and yeah, just tell me what's up with you and your writing, and if you're participating in NaNoWriMo, how that's going. I hope it's going well. That's how I prepared for NaNoWriMo. Good luck if you're participating this month, and remember, stay weird. Bye.